there 5 to 7 minutes? Is that
Yeah.
right?
The objectives are the speech should have a good introduction, transition, main body, and a conclusion. That's the simple objectives of this project. And the time is 5 to 7 minutes. Respected fellow Toastmasters and guests, how many of you believe that what we do in the present moment affects our future? Raise your hand. But if I ask you the exact opposite, how does our future shape our present? Think about that. Many of the times we think about our future, what will happen next, how do we perform in that particular speech or that exam or in the presentation which we are about to give. So we are driven by emotion of the unknown, emotion that will happen in the future. At any moment we have two choices, whether we can drive the possibility of a future through an opportunity or through a threat. Opportunity means we should be excited, and not excited just to win or get successful in whatever we do, but excited to believe that there is hope, there is something better that will happen. But if we look through it through the angle of a threat, the same thing we start to fear. The power of stress which overcomes and leads to culmination of decisions which are not very ideal. So what can help us to derive an opportunity for a possible outcome? If we are able to change our narrative, then we can lead ourselves to the fact that there is opportunity in every possibility. So this book, The Journey Beyond Fear, the author talks about three main pillars of success: narratives, passion, and learning through experiences. Narratives can be of many kinds: personal narratives, which individuals have; institutional narratives. Consider example of Nike. If you see their logo, they say just do it. But there is a very powerful narrative behind it. Another example, Apple. Think for better design. All these major institutions have powerful narratives which have led them to the success story which they are in now. Another narrative is geographical narrative. Consider the example of Silicon Valley. Why Silicon Valley was able to grab the attention of people around the world. If you see, there are opportunities for everyone out there. From Bangladesh to Spain, every country wants to go to Silicon Valley. The reason behind is that they have a strong narrative of come here, improve yourself, and make this world a better place to live in. Another example of narrative is movement-based narratives. Whenever we have to oppose things, oppose ideologies, we have to form a very strong narrative to uphold our cause for things which are out of our control, things which we want to oppose the authority in cases where there is oppression, there is ostracization of people which is unacceptable. So narratives are thus a very powerful way to uphold our ideologies for a better future, for a future which we cannot anticipate in the present, but through concise wordings, open-ended thought processes, a narrative can make a world of difference. I would like to give an example of a personal narrative where I wanted to form a habit of going to the gym. The narrative could be very simple and concise. It might say that I have to think not just for the short term, for a long term. Going to the gym is not about just to impress someone, but it is for my personal well-being. A narrative that I found was to maintain high standards of healthy lifestyle, which will help me to get ahead of and prevent myself from any safe health related issues. It's not about just working out for the sake of bulking your body, but it's beyond what we can imagine. So narratives are thus an important tool where we can develop open-ended questions for ourselves to guide in the toughest of moments, the moments where we cannot find any hope, but there is a way beyond what we can achieve with the power of narratives. I encourage all of you to build a narrative. Study the case studies of institutions who have built their narratives for a long time. These narratives are helpful in allowing you to get rid of the fear, get rid of the judgment, get rid of the things which are out of our control. As it was said that the basics of every ideology comes from a narrative. Narratives can make, or fear can break you. So I challenge you, all of you, to form a narrative which will help you to go beyond what can be achievable. Thank you.